Today in the wood yard, we've got a chipper on a tractor. Here we go. So today I am once again at my new best friend Tony's house, and he's got a chipper on his tractor. And we're gonna play with it. We're gonna make big pieces of wood into small pieces of wood. So here we go. Here I am with Tony, and he's got a chipper, and we're going to talk a little bit about his chipper, why he's got it, what he does with it. Obviously, he makes big pieces of wood into little pieces of wood. But why did you get a chipper specifically? What's your reasoning?
Well, when I bought my first tractor, fortunately, one of the accessories that came with it was a chipper, a Jinma, which was a Chinese chipper shredder. It was a 6-inch chipper shredder by Jinma. And I had that for about 4 years, and it worked pretty good. The downside to it is trying to do any maintenance on it, such as greasing the Zerk fittings, or you'll see the chute on the Jinma. It was stationary as opposed to being directional like it is here.
Okay.
I have quite a bit of wood to chip up in this area. And so I figure I wanted to get a good quality chipper. I did look at Woodmax, which is the other brand, as well as Wallenstein, but I chose the Woodland mills for two major reasons. One, this one is a direct drive PTO, and it goes strictly from the PTO to the machine, 540 RPM direct drive, whereas the Jinma that I had and some of the other ones are PTO driven to a drive belt, and there is four V belts that drive a big flywheel, and I find that if you're going to have to replace that gets pretty costly, whereas on this unit you don't have to do that. There's only one belt that operates the hydraulic pump. Okay, we're just going to do a quick walk around here. The PTO drives the hydraulic pump with an idler pulley here. So this is a direct drive off the PTO. So that is a nice feature that they have on this particular wheel. And this drives the hydraulic, which drives the wheel that turns and sucks your wood in. The Woodland mills does come with a PTO shaft. However, you will have to, in most cases, trim the PTO shaft to fit yours. Very good instructions. The shipping container, the instructions, all the hardware was phenomenal. The way they explained it, plus there's several videos on YouTube on the installation, because there's only a few panels. It took me under 2 hours to assemble this. The other thing that, as an accessory that it comes with, is for your chainsaw. So the accessory fits your chainsaw so that you can take it into the woods if you have to cut some of the limbs to a specific size. My recommendation when you do buy, whether it's a Woodland Mills or someone else, make sure you get the accessory kit for future repairs, such as extra knives, belts, and cutter blades, along with hardware. With everything taking 4 and 5 months to get now, you don't want to be out in the middle of the season. So order this. The kit ran, I think, $250 additional for all the parts. The blades are reversible, so you have 2 sides to them, so that will last you in case you hit a nail or something like that.
To me, it makes a lot of sense to have the spare parts, because when you're doing a job, you want to keep doing the job. And
Yep.
To change that out probably doesn't take long, but again, to order the part and ship it's going to take forever, which is why I like having multiple chainsaws, because if I go to cut for a day, I want to cut for a day.
Absolutely.
I have extra chains, extra bars, extra gas. I have everything I'm going to need. That's true of any job. You know, make sure you get the parts you're going to need in case you have a breakdown. It's nice to have it. It just really is.
One thing I really like about the Woodland mills, and others I'm sure do the same thing, is the ease in which I can rotate my chute directional so that I can put it into a bin or into a trailer, or whether I want to just shoot it into the woods. But this thing is 360 degrees. The other main reason why I bought this is the footprint. I love the fact that I'm able to take the chute, bring it back, and I'm about 2.5 feet shorter than I was before. So for storage, it's great. I use a little dolly. After I'm through, I unbuckle it from the tractor, put it on the dolly, and I can move it around my shop very easily.
And what does it weigh?
710 pounds. So it's a great ballast.
You're not going to pick it up and move it too.
Not easily, no.
Right, but yeah, nice ballast.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't stick out too far. What do you got about? I would guess that's 3.5 feet, maybe, well, probably almost 4 feet.
Almost, yeah. I was going to say 3.5 to 4 feet.
Yep.
One thing too we didn't mention, the flywheel on this is 24 inches in diameter. It's, I believe, 3/4 of an inch thick. So once that starts spinning, that's inside here, and once it starts spinning, it's moving quickly. This is the air intake for the machine that pushes the chips inside the fan, and it rotates it and then shoots it out the scoop here. As I mentioned, the ease of maintenance, the Zerk fittings right here, there's 2 pillow blocks on either side and underneath here, and they're all easily greasable, along with the 2 Zerk fittings that are on the PTO shaft. They're behind the cowl. The hydraulic tank holds 5 gallons of fluid, and it's just one 5-gallon bucket that you could pick up at any farm and ranch store. The opening here, it's a 6-inch by 8-inch. So even though the width or the height of it is 6 inches, sometimes the branches have suckers on either side of them, and it will pull those in. My Jinma chipper that I had previously had sharp edges around here, and what Woodland Mills has done is put this rounded 3/4 inch bar around the center so that when you're putting in large branchy materials, it doesn't get hooked up on the lip of the chipper. This is the speed control for the wheel, the inlet wheel. Depending, I don't know what the feet per inch is, or the feet, but this rotates faster or slower. I'm in no hurry, so I leave it in the medium position here, and depending on your horsepower of your tractor, this is rated at anywhere from 20 horsepower to 50 horsepower. And if you are limited with your horsepower, you can still chip large objects or large pieces of wood. You just have to slow down the chipper feed. Okay, we're going to hook this up now. We put the 2 toggle clamps on. Chris, I'll let you get that side. There she goes. If I had my glasses, I'd be okay. There. The safety on this machine is right in this bar here. That's forward, neutral, reverse. So if you get something stuck, your knee is right here. You can just push it and it reverses the item that you have in there out.
So if you're going in, you want to push that bar in.
That is correct.
Exactly.
That's, like I say, that's going forward, and we're in neutral now.
Got it. So it's a flywheel. So does that disengage the feet in? Is that what it's doing?
No, the PTO is running full speed.
Right.
that large wheel is turning at all time, but this wheel in here stops.
That's what I meant. Your feed in wheel stops.
That is correct.
Right.
Your in-feed wheel stops.
Yeah, you don't want to get, if you want to stop stuff from going in,
correct.
Especially yourself, that's what you do. Got it.
Right, and sometimes you can get a branch that'll kick that off.
Oh, sure.
Or if you get a large item that jams up, you just push it forward and it'll push that log out.
Oh, I see. Cool.
All right, Chris, we're going to start the PTO now. Okay, we're going to go into forward here just so you can see it. We're going to speed up the feed a little bit. Okay, it's jammed up now. All you do something like this may jam you up, but we'll give it a try. Nope, it won't fit in. So we'd have to cut one end or the other off. These are sometimes what will jam you up as well. This is the reason why we collect wood chips. This is for our garden, for our walking paths, and for any area that is getting eroded. We put this down. It smells perfect. This is 2 years old, and it breaks down and makes great compost for your, or makes good wood chips for your garden. For those of you that are not familiar with gardening with it, you could check out Back to Eden on YouTube. There's a gentleman by the name of Paul, explains everything about wood chips and how beneficial they are for your garden and for your areas that are very hard and rocky to make it into great soil. I'm going to slow the machine down as well, the feed rate. Chris, now you know why Fargo was such an exciting movie.
Yes, I almost wanted to throw him in there, but he's not frozen enough to get in there. I wanted him, you know, a little more solid.
QB.
Yeah, this is, well, I can see why you've got this. This is one of those things that's just fun to do.
It's addictive.
Yeah, you won't be just looking, what else can I put in there? What else can I put in there?
That's it.
And it works great now.
Some observations?
Right, we were talking about the wood that we put in there was all dead stuff. Some of it was, you know, pretty soft and punky, and that's why we had problems with some of them feeding in, is because the chipper was just crushing it. There was nothing for it to grab a hold of.
That's it.
And you said that green stuff works.
Oh, green stuff just pulls it in.
Yeah, because it's got some bite and some solid material that it can, instead of just, you know, crushing it down, it can actually pull it in and keep it coming. Absolutely.
And as you can see, the pine branches that we were putting in have the side nubs where the branches come up. Those get stuck up too, right. Either on the forward reverse, or they get stuck in on the infeed wheel.
Right. But I can see why you want this stuff. I mean, this would be excellent for walking trails.
Oh.
And this dead stuff's probably best for like your trails.
That's it.
Because it's dry. But your green stuff, from your green trees you're shredding up, is going to be better for mulch because you've got some leaves.
Nutrients and leaves, exactly. You want both green and woody material, the carbon.
Right, and I can see why you want to have a cart so that you can take this and dump it where you want. This is a good setup.
Yeah, I've got a bigger cart, but this works so quickly.
Yeah, it looks really
and I can put in, I can't remember how many yards this is, but it definitely works well.
So this little trailer you have here, I'll kind of show this. What can you fit in here for wood? I'm guessing a face cord pretty easily, huh?
Yes, a face cord, if you stack it, if it's 16 inches and you stack it and you can go high, you could pretty much get a face cord, if not slightly under.
Yeah, I bet easily you could get a face cord. You stacked it.
And I had plywood sides that even went up. This will hold 1,500 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
So no problem with a face cord.
Yep. And it's nice because you can fit it in the woods.
It has a nice tight footprint.
Right. Is it basically the same width as your UTV?
Yeah, pretty much close to it, yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
But short work. One of the things we found out, though, when you put in the honey locust bark, it did not, there was no way it was spitting it out.
We had some of this bark here, and the problem is it couldn't get a bite on it.
That's it, and
it would crush the first piece, but it would just sit there.
Yep,
and you don't
spin.
Want to really, and they're only, 16-inch pieces, you really want to reach down inside of there and shovel them in because your hand is too close.
That's it.
So, yeah, that is a lot of fun. I like it a lot.
Well, it just will help me clean up the property.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of work to do. As you can see behind the camera here, I'm standing, he's got dead trees down everywhere in here, and dead standing trees that we're going to work on, but a lot of this stuff he's going to obviously put into brush piles and cut up into smaller chunks and clean it out. He'll have this looking like a city park in no time. Well, maybe.
Well, with your help, absolutely.
Yeah, I know why he invites me over. He's got good toys, and he wants free labor. So, you're smarter than me.
Well, I'm Polish.
You're probably more Polish. Are you half?
Full.
Oh, well, that explains everything. I'm only half, so I'm only half stupid.
Whoa.
So that is it for today, folks. Thanks for watching. We're going to get back to work and do some more stuff here now. So tomorrow, come back and watch again. We'll be here in the wood yard doing fun stuff. Between now and then, get outside, get cutting.
Good night, Irene.